Bonjour. Hi. Oops. Greetings. Hi. Hey Heather and Firecloud and San and Sadie and Mikey. How is everyone today? Let me know if you can hear and see, please. Thank you so much, Heather and Firecloud. Hi, Buxa Paint. All is good with the technology and having an awesome day. How so? Alright, so I don't know if you remember from last week, but it was decided that today I would try and draw Jazz the hamster on a rainbow caticorn. Yeah, I don't have any cat now. If a cat shows up, I'm gonna set up the cat cam, but for now, I am catless. Oh, that's awesome, Mikey. I'm glad. Hey, Otto! Hi! Oh, shoot. I'm pretty sure SG Liner told me their name last week. Hey, Victor! Long time no see indeed. How are you? Hi, Era Bay. And, doop-de-doo. Maureen. Susan. Okay, good. Dude, I should like keep... Hold on, let me... let me set up a list somewhere in there. Yeah, I think Mary Kondo feels so weird to say her name with an English. Oh, good grief. Bet you can guess my name. That's a tough one, Heather. But yeah, it's so weird to say Marie Kondo's name. I cannot do it. Oh my gosh. Juggling kittens and chainsaws. That sounds like a recipe for a disaster. Is it a flying rainbow caticorn or just... Yeah, it's Marie Kondo. That's why it's so weird, because it's like in French, Marie is spelled exactly the same as Marie. So it's like it's the most mixed up combination of stuff I've ever seen. It's like the name is actually Japanese, but it's written exactly like French. But she's been in all these American TV programs, so they say her name English style. So it's like, and I just, it's just short circuits everything. Hey Dan, hi Alexandra. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's really like I kind of struggle, like, it's already bad enough that whenever I talk, I have to sort of pull from what I know of English. Every once in a while, there's a French word in there, like when I recorded the video about the Laurentien pencils. That was really weird. Like, I had to be careful not to take a pause between it, or I edited it out, but it was like, and these are the Laurentien pencils, crayons, because in French we say crayon and it's pencils in English, but Laurentien is a French word and it's just bleh. Yeah, I'm drawing Jazz on the Rainbow Kitty Unicorn. That's what we decided last week. Hi Maria and Holly. Hi guys. Oh, buying a house in your spare time, Victor. That's just a little casual thing. Just, what could I do? Oh, I could, I don't know, buy a house. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to say Kohinoor well, because it's like I'm used to saying it's probably obvious, but I'm a native French Canadian speaker. Like, I speak Canadian French, so everything I see like Kohinoor, I've always seen it like in French. I've never really asked myself what's the proper way to say it. So now I have to sort of either figure out how to say it in English and or how to say it in the appropriate language. Like, is it supposed to be German? So I'm like, those. Look at it. Look at the name. Oh, their product name. I wonder if I've ever seen any product name by Kohinoor. Trying to think. Well, the only thing I remember associated with them is Hardmuth, which is probably just, I don't know what that means. Gioconda. Yeah, well, it's not, that kind of looks Italian anyway. Oh, Victor. Biggest check. Oh my gosh. Quinar is from Czech Republic. That's quite possible. Ardmuth is one of their founders. Oh wow. I didn't know that. Obviously. Yeah. On the other hand, when I stumble upon a French company like Sennelier, I'm like, so easy. Bring it. Worked for Godiva and honestly sold Côte d'Or. That's not too far away from Côte d'Or. Côte d'Or. I mean, it works. Close enough, like they say. In Peru, it is pronounced in the same way that it is written. Yeah, that's convenient. That's very, very convenient. Oops. Farnsworth. And then there's always a thing, like, you know, you go to a place like Edinburgh, and you're like, it's Edinburgh, and everybody's like, nope. Australia has a lot of them. Like, you don't say Melbourne, you say Melbourne, or something like that. I'm like, oh, I think I said it wrong too. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I tried. Or they say Edinburgh. That's trying to be too fancy. Then again, I'm pretty sure some names... Oh, I said it okay. Cool. But yeah, I mean, it's like... another one that's really tricky is everything that ends with shire. I know you don't say it shire. You probably say something like sh. But it's like, how am I supposed to know? I'm already trying to say these weird words with some semblance of English accent. But then again, it's not... You don't say what you read, you say it differently. The first time I saw the name Sean, I was like, you know, when you learn English, you're like, well, bean. It says like bean, but with an S, so, scene? And everybody says, no, that's Sean. You're like, oh, okay. Whatever you say. Oh my gosh, what? Sha. Edinburgh. Edinburgh, like B-R-U-H, to be brocool and Worcestershire. You're like, dude, why is it written Worcestershire if you say it Worcestershire? What? Quay. Yeah. Key. Oh no, I'm not saying that spelling in French is a freaking nightmare. But it's like, it doesn't get any easier with trying to speak English. Like, some languages are fairly straightforward, like Japanese. Once you figure out how the phonetics of it work, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, what you see is basically what you say. But then you get to weird words like buoy, what? Like buoy and K, I think they're probably like borrowed from French somewhere, because buoy is a bouée in French, so fairly close, and a quai is a quai in French, and it's written really similarly to the English word. So I'm feeling like there's possibly a connection there. But then again, the first time I saw buoy in the freaking book, I was like, what is that? And then first of all you say it buoy or whatever, and then it's like a buoy, and I'm like, well, dude, what? What happened? Oh, hold on. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ah, t'as un borrowing cat. Hold on. I'm almost back, guys. Just trying to... There. That's gonna be the cat cam for today. There you go. Sorry. So, update on the cats. Scout has made a nest in the dryer because there are warm stuff in there. And Pecco is asleep on the bed, so we got makeshift kitties today. If you know French, Japanese pronunciation is pretty straightforward because it's very similar to the way we say those syllables in French. Penguins. Yeah, same. I don't fit in the dryer either, otherwise that would be really comfy. Oh, today is pretty awesome. It's like 15 degrees outside. It's finally a semblance of cold. Well, I think Japanese is still really hard to learn because it's complex and you have like 2 semi-regular alphabets and then all of the kanji to learn, which is like epic. But in terms of figuring out how a syllable or a specific, I don't know the word, but you know, I'm using English apps to learn Japanese, and they always say like, oh, you pronounce this sound like this part in this English word, but you cut it short. Like, it's super complex, and I'm like, well, it's just you say it in French. Like, it's ta. Ta. It's just how it is. So that's the only shortcut we get. But everything else is super hard to learn. Hey, Lana! And Cyan, hi! Oh, 30 degrees. You can keep that. I don't want it. Keep it. Good grief. No, thank you. I will take 15 degrees every day. No, but I use the apps just to refresh my brain for hiragana and katakana. That's the only thing, because it's really easy to forget about the sound associated to every... is it symbol? Like a letter? I don't know, but I use it mostly for that. Every once in a while they will plug in a word that is like a combination of very early stuff, like eki for station. And all of that. But I am not really learning any sentences yet. It's mostly just trying to remember, be familiar enough with hiragana that, and I can I don't have to pause at every single one of them to figure out what they are. And same thing for katakana. No, I don't want the heat. Keep it. Yuck. Blech. Hey, Trisha. Spanish and French, they have a lot in common. Like, I had Spanish classes in high school, and it was relatively easy. Because a lot of words have a common root, so you sort of can... I mean, even if I didn't know what the word was, I could probably guess for some of them. Just because they look a lot like the word in French. Then you get other words that are like, have no connection whatsoever, so... Oh no, Otto! I will be poking you about Japanese stuff, of course. But like, just to associate... dude, what's the word? What do you call them? Do you call them symbols? That feels so weird. But just to associate one with the other, I use apps. Like, mostly they just quiz you. They're like, what is this one? And you have to say what it is, or like pick up the best answer. I mean, there's like, how many? Is there like 46 in each? Like, hiragana and katakana, they have like 46 symbols or combination. Because it's not enough to have all the symbols, but you some of them will not be like, it's sort of like a table. Like, you have the vowels and you have the consonants, and like the table sort of pairs them together. But then again, some of them, like when you pair T and I, you don't say T, you say chi, and you're like, you just have to learn that. You cannot, there's no real logic to it. So letters or alphabets for hiragana and katakana, character for kanji. Okay, cool. Hey, Susan, hi. French, the biggest hurdle with French is, the gendering of everything. That's the thing you see non-native French speakers struggle with the most, because I don't know why, but we decided that like table is a feminine word, so you use the feminine like pronoun and plural version, and everything is like in function that it's a feminine word, but you're like, it's a table, and English doesn't have that distinction. Spanish has it though. 46, but 71 including the diacritics. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, some of them will change sound depending on the symbol that's next to it. So you have to... like, it's insane! In a good way. But it's just like, you think, like, while we are in grade school learning our very simple alphabet of 26 letters, Japanese kids learn like 140 possible sounds. It's just... what? Oh my god, 50,000 kanji characters? Oh, that's a lot. Gendering in French is easier than the gendering in German. German, from what little I know, is really, really peculiar in the way that you can end up with like very, very long words. And I think that's kind of funny. Yeah, apparently it's une table, not un table. So table is feminine. Dude, that's one huge paw and one very smaller paw. that's interesting. Lena says that of the 6 languages she learned so far, English is the only one that has no genders for words. It is quite random, I agree. Oh my gosh. You can keep that heat, Heather. I don't want it. Keep it. What? You don't like 52 Celsius? Nope. Gosh. What? That's so hot. Like most of the year, the apartment here is like 15 degrees Celsius. And then in the summer, it hikes up to like 26. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself when that happens. I'm like, this is unbearable. So I don't want to think about what I would do if it got to. What I like in French is that a gender mixed group of people becomes female in total. Is it? Does it? It's hard for me to say because French Canadian is pretty weird and very, very slang-y. So we mess up a lot of words, and like depending on the region you're from, some words are either feminine or masculine. Even if, say, something is technically a feminine word in the dictionary, in some areas they will say it differently. You know what, Dan? I don't think I've ever seen a redhead who could do really hot temperature. I think we're not meant for that. I think we have some sort of a Viking gene that is like, you like it when it's cold. And I'm like, yep, that's pretty much the case. You're not the true redhead? Nah, no way. No way. We've seen you, remember? Hey, Stevie, hi. Uh-huh. Huh. That's possible. I mean, first of all, my French lessons are really, really far away, and then again, like I said, Quebec French is a bit different. How is Bruiser doing, Heather? I agree with redheads versus the heat. Oh, wow, really? Do you have any tips for people just starting out in art? Well, I think you might get quite a few ideas from the chat for this, because I think everyone is there and is an artist. Yeah, practice is a good one. I would also say, like, do not feel too precious about using your supplies, because it's one thing to learn, but it's kind of sad if you have to learn everything over again when you decide that you are ready to move on to the higher grade stuff. And you might realize once you move up that a lot of the things you were struggling with were not due to skills, but rather due to the properties of the tools you were using. Bruiser is nuts. Am I a terrible person for questioning the IQ of people who slam their doors really loud? I don't think so, though. Oh my god, everyone who is fond of making noise, I'm always like, do you realize that you live in a town where other people are there and they will hear you, and like they won't be inclined as a society to help you out if you keep being a pain in the butt? Bruiser is nuts. Yeah, playing around with the supplies is something I would also suggest. Just, mix on paper, just do random wet in wet, just have fun with them. No pressure about creating anything or being successful in making a wash or whatnot. Just have fun with the supplies you would use for a painting anyway. Oh, 7 degrees in Peru, that sounds great. Aww. I love your cats, Heather. They're pretty awesome. I feel like Jazz should have a little hat or something. Maybe a small vest. after all, she's well, a Scottish hamo, so she could have some plaid on her or something. And a tiny bowler hat. You get so many tips, Trisha. I hope you will find some in there that work for you. Oh man, I love cats. Nah, yeah, that's... I know I'm pretty subtle about my love for cats. That's why I feel like I have to repeat it and mention it often, in case you forget, you know. I know I've rambled about this before, but for me it's still kind of weird because for a great part of my grown-up adult life I had sort of forgotten that I love cats due to brain being stupid. So I'm like, I really have these moments where I'm like, you know what? I really love cats. It might sound silly, but I lost it for a while. So I take joy in reminding myself that it's back. Will the Unicat be rainbow colored? I will try. I think I might prepare it a bit more. I'm not quite sure how I will do the rainbowing. Cats make you smarter. Aw. Hey, welcome back, Otto. Painting people, well, drawing people is really hard anyway. So we are off to a bad start here, but Um, tunnel has been constructed. That's awesome. Good job, Heather. What we do for our cats, right? What else does Jazz eat? I drew like broccoli trees from broccoli florets. Oh, I think, was it parsley? Was it, does she like the flat Italian parsley or the curly frizzy one? Yeah, that is the caticorn. It's gonna be rainbow too in some way. Oh, Heather discovered what was so entertaining around the shower curtain. And it is an empty roll. Is it empty or is it a full roll of toilet paper? Because a full roll is possibly way more messy. Oh, she likes both kinds of parsley. How cute is that? Do I remember what parsley looks like? Not quite. Oh no, a full roll of toilet paper. Oh no, so now you have toilet paper shreds everywhere. No. Oh, she loves sweet corn. Well, sweet corn is delicious. I totally get it. I love sweet corn too. It would be kind of funny to just have a bunch of like kernels. Oh, the kernels could grow like cacti. I think that would be kind of funny. Banana. Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh. Otto is staring at... Wait, what? What? Parsley. Dude, they have a picture, but that one really looks like cilantro. Not as much as parsley. They look a lot alike. Parsley, like flat Italian parsley, and it's not a mouse, it's a hamster. Well, supposedly. And it's wearing a little plaid vest and a bowler hat. Because why not? Oh, I'm hearing a cat in the litter box. If I die in about 10 minutes, it's because I've been poisoned by Pecco. Hold on, give me a sec. Ça doit être dans sa cage. Le pescago. Je vais essayer de faire peut-être un peu con. Viens avec moi. Viens avec moi. Theme song. Pickle. Hello. Aw. I tried. T'as pas aimé ça de la promenade dans la cage, Pickle? Yeah, I'm sorry. Pickle was like, nope, nope, nope. Hey, don't comment on my. It's Saturday. I am allowed to wear Saturday clothing. Those are comfy shorts. Yeah, Pekka really likes to go. She has her sort of a litter box routine. She will use the litter box and then she will hop on that, well, in that carrier, and she kind of looks like a snail in the sense that, or oh, what's the name? Bernard l'Ermite, you know, the crustacean that borrows a house, and sometimes it's an empty shell, but sometimes they will use bottles or whatever they find at the bottom of the sea. Well, she kind of does that. She goes into the cat carrier, and the only thing that comes out is her head, so it kind of looks like you have the head and you have like the house on the back. So that's what I tried to bring in. Yeah, hermit crab. Thank you so much. That's what I was looking for. Hey, Malvina. Hi. Isn't it the rule that you have to be in your undies on live stream? Those are not my underwear. No, I'm wearing pants. Well, shorts, actually. The landscape kind of reminds me of a really trippy Beatles thing, you know, like I am really not versed in the Beatles, so I apologize, but it kind of has this trippy idea of like, let's roll with this idea, even if it doesn't make sense. So basically I'm rolling with this idea of making the whole backdrop things that Jazz will eat, because, you know what, anyway, she's in the... I mean, she's riding a rainbow catacorn. What do you expect? Gonna have a big banana in the background. no, Heather, what's happening? Those little things are plants of flaxseed. Can hamsters eat nuts? I'm just curious. Who are the Beatles? I don't know. I'm a Rolling Stones person. Havoc's in trouble or Heather's in trouble, or maybe both, you know. The meow whine of protestation. Scout is a master at whining for everything. Oh, they love peanuts. That is so cute. Hamster. I don't know. I'm sorry. I never had any hamsters. Like, I never know if they can eat nuts and or seeds. I was pretty sure about seeds, but I wasn't sure about nuts. Hamsters eat nuclear bomb. What? That would be too convenient. You know when they have this idea in Godzilla that what's the name of them? Mutas? Anyway, the evil creatures. They're like, oh, they feed off of radiation and radioactive stuff, and I'm like, you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm glad. How do you handle giving Jazz peanuts, Otto? Is it problematic for your allergies? I'm Taro. Jazz hasn't got time for shells. She'll only bother with shelled nuts. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought, because I was like, dude, why is Otto wearing a hazmat suit? Oh, she has to give peanuts to her hamster. Hey, Juma, hi, hello. Okay, let's ink this nonsense. Oh, there's a great big whiff of tar from outside because they just redid the tarmac. And it is stinky. Oh, a cat. Pickle. There are so many birds outside today. The cats are really spending a lot of time in the windows. Okay, hold on. Sorry about the moving. There she is. Oh no, I'm sorry, Amisha, but that's funny. Hi, by the way. She has seen something out there. Bix. Dude, what are you looking at? All the birds are in the other window. She kind of looks like she's on purpose ignoring the camera. Like, no, I don't want to look your way. I'm gonna look the opposite way. Look at the back of my head. No, I've never really done an art studio tour because my studio is, to be polite, quite ugly. And quite crowded, and I think it would give a lot of people anxiety. Are you huffing the tar smell? What are you doing? Nope. What are you looking at, you silly kitty? Hold on. Okay. Dude, there's nothing. There's no birds. Even the wasps are gone. What are you doing? Oh, the birds are over there. You're not looking at the right space. I don't care, Mom. I want to eat the wild chickens. Huh, hold on, that's really quite dirty. Huh, oh yay. Okay, hold on. There. Now, not everyone's studio is crappy, and I'm kind of I don't know, I feel bad about mine. Yes, I refilled the pentel brush pen with the official refills. This. We both use them. Mr. E is an illustrator as well, and he inks a lot of his work with, you know, this brush pen. Not this very one, but another one. His. So we buy these cartridges and we both use them. I missed a spot. Aww. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Amisha. But it made me laugh. That was a really funny story. But dude, pistachios are really good. Yeah, thing is that I have to share the space with Mr. E, which is only right, you know. But also means that it's kind of super crowded, and especially my side of it is really, really messy. And a bit, you know, has more in common with a Tetris game than an art studio. And this apartment we're renting was not exactly pretty to begin with. So it's not like there's any redeeming quality to the place itself. Like, the floor is really gnarly. Hey, Mallory! I'm glad you're here. Oh, the camera is on pickle for now. But I got your books! They are so nice. I want to show them. I gotta remember to show them. Would you rather see the cat or the pen? Because I'm basically just inking a broccoli right now. Because I can set the camera again to be on the drawing. Pen cat. Why not both? Cat. Cat, cat, cat. Cat pen. Oh yeah, the red pistachios. I've always wondered what was the point of them being red, because I never felt like there was a difference in the taste. Oh, that's interesting, Stevie. Stevie? Sorry. Stevie says, I used the pentel brush pen with this one. Whoop. With the squishy barrel and filled it with Winsor & Newton Indian ink diluted with water. It worked well, huh? The birds flew by. Riveting content when you're a cat. She's so tense. I don't know if you can see that, but she's like all hardened. She's all like tense is basically the word. Her predatory instincts are like, you want to eat this thing. It's like, I want to eat this thing. She's so ready to pounce. I need like a David Attenborough to narrate Pecco's adventure. Oh yeah, that's definitely the case. If I juggle the cameras to remove the one on the cats, Pecco is gonna go right to the chair. Oh yeah, the wiggly butt. I love the wiggly butt as well. We call her Siege Tank Pecco when she does that because her back paws are really like hooked on the floor as best she can. And she kind of looks like a siege tank, you know, when I think it was possibly in StarCraft, but they would like use these things to anchor themselves on the floor, on the ground to be more stable. And she kind of does this. Oh yeah, you can allow it. That's basically saying that they like the butt wiggle. Yeah, Heather, you're right. Gotta love a good butt wiggle. On cats, anyway. You, ton oiseau, Pex. Salut! Es-tu toute partie? Es-tu toute seule? Ah, c'est ça que tu vois. She's seeing like birds under the fence of the neighbors. I love dandelions. I will keep inking the broccoli. It's not exactly exciting anyway. Ooh, another good whiff of tar. Ugh. How can it smell more today than it did yesterday? Hey, Tsukaboo, hi! Hold on, what is the chance we get the lamp arm move slightly? Oh. Pardon, Mademoiselle Picot. Is that removable one? I'm not sure. Yeah. Can I? No, it doesn't pop off, I think. Hold on. Désolée, Mademoiselle Poêle. Nope. Fucking hell. What is this nightmare contraption? There you go. Yeah, I like this hoodie. It's a cat gang hoodie. Chairs in front of the aquarium. That's basically the same thing. We call it cat TV. There you go. I think hippos are also really bad when it comes to poop. You really do swing it around. Oh. Oh. Oh oh. Tu viens-tu troller ta sœur, toi? Gros troll! Si tu fais scout. Typical. Oh no, Otto! Oh. Oh. Oh no, Tsukabu. Tsukabu says I got up this morning and my cat was so mad because mom has to get meds in his eyes. So he's mad at me for allowing her right now. My cats don't really react to birds on TV, but they will react to the birds outside. Who's that? The cat? Oh, that's Scout. She's a tortoiseshell. How successful has anyone been at correcting hiding mistakes with line work? It really depends. I can sometimes hide it in the way that I will cover it with black and I will add black to other areas of the drawing to make it look like it was intentional. Otherwise, it really depends. If it's just for a sketch, I will possibly leave the mistake in and be like, no biggie. If it's something a bit more important, I will possibly redo the drawing. Like using a light table, it's not too much work to trace it and start over again. The painting is not finished yet. That's where I'm at. Work. Oh my gosh. Oh. Ew, ew. Okay, so Otto says that. So Otto says, so here's a weird thing. In Japan, after an operation, they will meet with the family and show the part they just removed. I don't know why they do this. I really don't know either. Proof or it didn't happen. And that could be the logic behind it. I've been watching quite a lot of Simon and Martina's video lately. They are currently in Japan, and it's just really interesting because, first of all, they're kind of adorable. And Martina is... they often make the joke that she's too pure for this world, and she's a really wholesome person. She's pretty great. But they also go through to all these restaurants and things, and it's really interesting because the last one I was watching was about going to Ehime with a chef, and they went to see the citrus fruits. And it was so interesting because there was a lot of stuff that out of context might be really weird, but it was interesting to see the context. And I'm talking about that because the thing about seeing the part after the operation, like it feels so weird, but there's got to be a context for it. There's got to be some sort of logic behind this thing that has gone on probably for a long time, because you don't just... I mean, why would you just do that? There's definitely something, because it's just too weird. Guys, I can't do pimples, please. Ew. Oh, bye, Pico. We're only stuck with Scooty Prout. Do you think they show you the part they remove so you can Marie Kondo it? Like, thank you so much for all these years of service, but now you're counter to my good health, so I thank you, and in the trash you go. That's kind of weird. Dude, that is so weird, Otto. Oh. Is your face good? Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Qu'est-ce que tu as trouvé? Est-ce que ça pue? Non. That's weird. Well, cats are gone. Alright, hold on. How do I do this? Alright. Reroll topics. It is really weird. It is really kind of strange, but I can see... I don't know. I've never been in a situation where they wanted to show me... the only thing that I got removed that I wanted to see was a wisdom tooth that was really bad. But I am not quite sure that counts. It's not quite the same as a piece of innards. Oh yeah, and nurses, you guys are really out of this world in terms of being able to stomach all kinds of weird stuff. I mean, I don't know, just thinking about sick people is kind of a bit too much for me at times. Ooh, pizza. I could go for pizza. No pizza in 2 months. Wow, Dan. What do you eat? Oh, seafood salad. What's the weirdest, like, not something that is not food, okay? But what's the weirdest food you've ever eaten? Only things that are truly considered food, not like I ate a bug while I was, I don't know, like real food. How do people get such fine lines with brush pen? Well, you just gotta put less pressure on it. Oh yeah, we have bugs here too. We have like cricket bars and snacks, and I'm like, nope. Okay, Otto, that's a freaking good contender. Dried egg sac of a sea cucumber. That's a thing! Snake and snails, cactus, Rocky Mountain oysters, live shrimp. Yeah, that's weird. Rabbit. Sorry for all the bunny people in the chat. Bean pasta. Huh. Mealworms. Ooh. Liver, kidneys, tripe. Well, white bread fried in bacon grease, that just sounds like a good idea. That doesn't sound too weird. Oh my gosh, a salad made from veal's head. Oh. Century eggs. Oh. Wow. Sperm sac of an fit. I saw that. I saw that. Again, in one of Simon and Martina's video. They had the same thing. I think it was deep fried. Like in tempura. Arteries of a cow. Oh my gosh, Otto, I think you win. Gizzard of chicken, pig trotters. Is that the feet? Because we have a local pig feet stew that is actually quite good. Beef tongue. Thing is, I think all of these are possibly very good. You just have to eat them, you know, at the proper place for them. I wouldn't want to eat haggis if I was not in Scotland. Because, I mean, if it's something that is commonly eaten somewhere, they know how to prepare it, they've been doing it for a while, it's not new, and if people keep doing it, it's gotta have some interest in some way. It's just that I wouldn't want to eat it here. Like, if they sold weird bits at the grocery store, they sometimes do. I wouldn't know how to prepare them, so they would probably taste awful. But if I went somewhere where there is some of that, I think I might be more easily able to convince myself to try. That's pretty cool, Stevie. I've never eaten this, but in South Africa we have a dish called walkie-talkies, which is chicken heads and feet. That's a good name for it. Like, what do you eat on chicken feet? It doesn't look like there's any meat on that. Most gross food seems to be made out of animals. I'm trying to think of... Well, natto is pretty gross and that's not made from animals. I'm trying to think what... I think you're mostly right, but I'm just trying to see what else is considered gross but would not come from animals. I've eaten a plain old American hot dog. That counts as like gross. Oh, that's funny. I mean, I am not necessarily... the thing is like, I don't think we'll ever reach a point where humanity doesn't eat meat, but if we are to continue eating meat, I'm all in favor of everything that is edible being eaten. So if people find a way to prepare, oh my gosh, cow uterus and cow diaphragm, like if there's a way to prepare these parts and make them edible, I'm all for it, because at least the animal who will die anyway will be completely eaten. So that, to me, that's you know, that's the best it can get. I don't have any issues with that personally. Not saying I want to eat it, but I mean, if someone else finds a way to prepare it and they enjoy eating it, I mean, that's perfect. That takes care of me having to compensate for the thing, you know? Oh, durian, yeah. Does a durian... I mean, I know it smells really bad, but how's the taste? It's mostly to use up all the chicken. Then is the chicken feet sort of like when you use a carcass, the bones to make a stew? Like, is it to give some sort of taste to the whole thing? I'm really excited for Petri dish meat. Just because I think that would be pretty interesting in terms of science. That we would be able to reproduce a good simile of meat. To me, a regular American hot dog is a good example of using every bit of an animal, but not necessarily knowing how to prepare it so it's good. So you end up with this super processed, seasoned, salty, weird paste that is cooked in a tube, and I don't feel like that's not necessarily the best way to prepare these odds and ends. Like, we don't have a really strong culture of eating odds and ends, so we end up with sausages. Or raw sashimi. That would be like, is it tataki? Beef tataki? That is basically raw beef. You can fry chicken feet and they get all crispy and puffy. Well, what do you eat on them? Is there anything to eat on there? Feels like it's only skin and bones. Spam. Spam is a good deal cultural item, and I mean, it's gonna taste good. It's like greasy and fatty and salty and sweet. Spam is made to be loved. I mean, it's a processed thing, so they can really add in whatever they need to make it appealing. Spam musubi, anyone? Spam is canned beef or pork. No, not tataki. Tataki means smashed. We call them basashi, where ba is for horse. There's a good amount of cartilage on chicken feet. Can you eat cartilage? Spamming. Yeah, spam musubi in Hawaii. Looks really good. The thing is with spam is that it has a really weird texture. It's kind of very satisfying to eat, and also I think it's fatty enough that you can get interesting results if you pan fry it. Oui, c'est pas du pâté en boîte, c'est vraiment de la viande en boîte. It's a bit like they take this mixture of meat that is raw and they cook it in the can. You know, in the process of canning stuff, you can cook it in a can and then you seal the can and it's gonna last a really long time. So yeah, that's corned beef. It's like corned beef, exactly. I just don't remember if it's pork or beef or a mix of things. We had it's like pâté, but it's not like c'est pas comme du pâté de foie, c'est plus consistant. Spam is mystery meat, a bit. It's pork. I don't think we ever bought actual spam, but we bought, the same thing from a different company. And it would usually be like the lunch meat we would have on, if we were having lunch at the beach when we were on vacation. The sandwiches would be like bread, mustard, spam, and my mom would usually bring Pringles and cucumbers. That was always the thing. So it's really... I mean, it tastes good. If you have scruples about the kind of meat that you eat, that's definitely not for you. And yeah, let's meet in Hawaii for spam musubi. Definitely. Oh my gosh, and I want to try all the pretty amazing confections they have with coconut milk. I think one is like coconut milk, sugar, and I don't know, it's like super dense, super sweet, and full of diabetes. I've also tried raw cow's liver, but it's outlawed now, even in Japan, because too many people died from food poisoning. Is it food poisoning, or is it because liver, as it sort of filters the blood from toxins, it can keep in the toxins and then you eat them? Is liver the thing that can give you vitamin A overdose? Imitation spam. Oh gosh. Ooh, fried spam sandwich. That sounds good. I was asking if the liver toxicity problem was if it's due to the fact that it's liver. And is liver the organ that has a lot of vitamin A possibly in it? Or perhaps was it regular food poisoning, or was it because liver can be problematic to eat anyway? Yeah, spam with mustard. Mm. Oh, okay, straight up food poisoning. Yikes. I'm really sorry you had to go through that. That really doesn't sound pleasant. Ah, sorry, Steven. I'm really sorry. We grossed you out with all the talk about meat and whatnot. Enjoy your Quiller DVD. Rinse your brain with the pretty colors. I am not very big on meat personally. I don't really eat a lot of it because either I don't know how to prepare it so it tastes good, and then it's sort of expensive, and since I don't know how to prepare it, most of the time it's kind of gross. So it's not exactly enjoyable. Oh. Pick up the phone. It's not my phone, by the way, it's outside. Yeah, about fine lines with a brush pen, it's basically just about the getting used with how pressure works on using a brush pen. Because if you hardly put any pressure on the pen, it's gonna make a really, really fine line. So it's really about getting used to barely touching the paper with the tip. Had an awful experience steaming chicken breast once, and now I can hardly stomach the cooked chicken. Ugh. Dude. I don't know, chicken breast is one of those meats that even when I would sort of eat meat without really thinking about it, I had a hard time with chicken breast because it's so bland, and if it's not seasoned, it's really not that good. So like, what basically got me to go vegan for a while is that I realized that the only way I enjoyed meat was if I put a lot of seasoning and sauce on it. And I was like, well, if I'm going that far anyway, I might as well eat tofu. Like, what's the difference? I don't enjoy the meat, I enjoyed the seasoning. I could cook potatoes and put the seasonings on it and still enjoy that even more, or rice, or whatever. So I took a really long break from eating meat. And even now, I eat a bit more, but I don't eat many things because I just don't like the taste. Ooh, $40 art supplies. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Hey, I love cheeseless pizzas. With ham and pineapple. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh, ew. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Mallory, you had to go through that. Ew. Ew. Ah! J'espère que tu vas bien profiter de, de ton séjour en Italie. The best pizza, Italian pizza. Though, I mean, homemade pizza is quite good. Like, if you can make the dough yourself, that's a good experience of pizza. The only way it can be even better, in my opinion, is if it's fire cooked. Dude, I am team pineapple on a pizza. Fight me. I love it. If you can find a good ham, pineapple on a pizza with ham, I can go for that. Like, especially if it's fresh pineapple. Oh my gosh, fresh pineapple is so delicious. And I will put fake cheese on my pizzas as well. Or sometimes I just don't put anything. Like, no fake cheese, just olives. What is Scottish pizza? Ew, no, chicken sashimi, no, thank you. Nope, nope, nope. Oh yeah, pineapple with pancetta. Yep, or prosciutto also works. Well, peanut butter and bananas would work on a pizza if you don't have any tomato sauce. Like if you have some sort of a breakfast pizza of only the dough and bananas and peanut butter, that would work. Wow, aller en Italie pour acheter des cigarettes. Ouh là là. Burk. Burk, burk. I'm not really fond of the smell of cigarettes. Who is? Seriously. Or an Elvis Presley pizza. To be an Elvis Presley pizza, you need to put bacon on it. I think what makes it a pizza, personally, is the type of dough you will use and how you cook it. Fresh pineapple fried in butter drizzled with dark chocolate syrup. I kind of want fruit salad now. Scotland has the best and worst pizza. Glasgow is amazing for pizza, but there are takeaways that sell 1 meter long deep fried doner kebab pizza. What? What is that? Ah, thank you, Stevie. Welcome back, Val. Cookie pizza. I would definitely, like, usually when I go out to eat pizza, depending on the pizza place, if they do fire cooked pizza, fire oven pizza, I don't remember how it's called exactly, but I can't really have dairy. I don't have any wiggle room on that. Dairy is a big no-no. But I will often just have a pizza with their tomato sauce on it and like fresh basil, and that's it. The fact that the dough is handmade and cooked in a wood fire oven, that imparts so much flavor, and it makes everything really delicious. And I don't ask for anything else on my pizza, so it's basically just sauce and a good dough, and the way it's cooked makes up for everything else. So I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy. I like to make handmade calzones. Those are fun to do. Oh, jeebus, deep fried Mars bar. Oh no, Mikey, I'm so sorry about that. Chocolate? Oh, what a bummer. Deep fried sneakers. Pizza Savoyard ou raclette. I cannot do raclette anymore. It's basically 99% cheese. But I used to really like it. I've never had good old southern barbecue. I've had good poutine though. Hey, Connie! Hi! Oh my gosh, it's been a while. How are you? How are the kittens? Est-ce que t'es de la Suisse, Juma? That sounds really Swiss. Hey, Lise! Hi! Oh, the kittens are getting feisty! Oh my gosh, I am so glad to hear from you and to hear about the kittens. Because that was pretty difficult for a while. I really... What is that line? Huh. It's odd. Oh yeah, tea sounds. Oh, it's kind of cold now. I will step away from the mic while I drink tea so you don't hear all the gross sounds of me drinking cold tea. Alright. I will go get some water so I can paint this up. So I will be right back. Oop. I really gotta go to... Hey, Lee! Hi! I gotta go to Glasgow eventually, if only to thank that city for giving us my favorite music band. It's a pretty silly pilgrimage, but I feel like I kind of have to do it at some point. Only if it's just to spend like 15 minutes in it and say, hey, Glasgow, thank you so much for these guys. I apologize for the shaky cam. Yeah, I want to go everywhere. Definitely. These guys, which band? Mogwai. Yeah, traveling costs money. That's indeed the issue. I see you're a woman of culture. What does that mean? Mogwai, they do... Oh, I never remember. I think it's post-rock. The sort of official name of their musical style. But, yeah. I love them. What's the Mogwai song? Because you love them. Well, do you love them too? Who else listens to Mogwai in the chat? I hardly ever find anyone else who listens to them. So I'm sort of used to mentioning the band and hearing crickets. Or people are like, wait, do you mean like the critters in the movie? And I'm like, no, I mean the band. Oh, you listen to them too, Connie. Oh my gosh. What? High five. Dude, there's hardly no one that listens to them. Okay, which paints? I need paints that offer me a good rainbow possibility. Here, let's grab these. I am so not a hipster. Mogwai are like a really sort of older band. But it's just that, I don't know. It's just this weird thing. It's like, I really want to nerd out about them because I really, really like their music. But whenever I feel like nerding out about it, like, I'm like, oh, they released a new album and it's so good. And like, people are like, well, okay. Who are they? What do they do? Like, dude. Dude. Fine. I think it's probably more hipster about me that I don't really like the really popular stuff now. Though, to be honest, the things I've had running in my head the most lately are music from Epidemic Sound, the music bank for like content creators, because I listen to them so much for like making videos and stuff that sometimes I'm like, like, hey, what is this song? And I'm like, oh, that's the song from Epidemic Sound. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think you're right, Connie. They're kind of big for the niche, but the thing is that not everyone is familiar with this niche. Like, if you find someone who is familiar with all these bands, well, I'm pulling a blank, but like Godspeed, Black Emperor, you know, this genre, they will usually have heard of Mogwai. But if I speak to most people I know, like, unless they have a really keen interest in music in general, if I go like, oh, Mogwai released a new album, many of them will be like, who? Damn it! I chose the Schminke set because it has a rainbowish array. Yeah, Godspeed is good, though I've given a lot of them a try. Tortoise as well. And there's a lot of bands that I really like, but what I love of Mogwai the most is that they have a lot of songs that don't have any lyrics in them. So it's really good music when you're feeling kind of moody, but you don't want to have thoughts put in your head. You just want to feel the music. I really like them for that. Or sometimes they speak with such an accent that it sounds like gibberish to me. So I'm like, I don't get it. It's still good. I really have no idea how I'm gonna paint that rainbow unicorn. I think I'm gonna start writing down titles. I don't think I've listened to 65 Days of Static. I will definitely give it a try. Oh, that's so cool! Mallory! Oh, Otto, if you like angry songs, do you listen to System of a Down? They have some good, explosive, angry stuff. Playing Mogwai in the background. Mogwai. If I could play music and not be struck with, you know, the thingy they do to people who play music in streams, I would definitely be listening to Mogwai on the back of live streams. I've been listening to a lot of System of a Down lately. I love that they are angry, but they are not... it's sort of like they're angry, they're definitely not happy, and they will swear, but they're not necessarily hateful. Because you can be angry and not be full of hate for everything. So that's kind of what I like. Also, Serge Tankian has the best voice. Oh my gosh, his voice. Like, can you sing everything, please? You should make a playlist for us to play during the live stream or something. It would always be full of Mogwai. It's like the best. I've been to so many of their concerts because they're regulars in Montreal. And they come quite often, and I've been to a lot of their concerts. Though, dude, their concerts, they will mess up your ears something fierce. I wonder if, like, part of my tinnitus is in fact due to being to so many Mogwai concerts. Like, if you are familiar with Mogwai and you've been to their concerts before, usually people will bring earplugs. And you can listen to them with earplugs. You're still gonna hear the music perfectly fine, but it's gonna take the edge off the loudness of it. Because sometimes they have a setup that is pretty insane, where there's like 4 guitars and a drum, and you're like, this is hella loud. It's good. Oh my god, this chat has good musical tastes. I don't know how to say that, but thy and word are so weird. I think they are like very unique, as far as I can tell. I don't think there's really much anything else like this anywhere. Gosh, Boxapate, are you serious? Boxapate says, I got peed on by Rammstein in the late 90s and still not sure I've scrubbed it off. Yeah, that's a hamster riding rainbow cat unicorn. Yeah, a caticorn. Unless I mess up the rainbow effect. Otherwise, this is just gonna be a really colorful cat. Yeah, I've never been peed on at the concert either. I've been to mostly tame concerts. I saw Mars Volta in concert. They were pretty good. Oh my gosh, what a good show. Which concerts have you been to, Dan? I like that Lords of Acid was considered too mature or perhaps too hardcore, and you ended up seeing K, MFDM, and Rammstein instead. It's like, dude, how hardcore are Lords of Acid? Oh no! Nico! Stop stealing your kids' toys! Well, she's just a kitten herself. She's not very old, right? Also, only person I know that fell asleep in such a concert. What? What? Oh my gosh. How do you accidentally see AC/DC live? How does that happen? That's so funny. I know, right? She described it as a bunch of noise, and I was like, a bunch of noise? That's kind of what I like of going to most concerts, is that you're in a crowd, but you're sort of living your own experience of the show. Usually the place where the show takes place, like, it's all dark except for the stage. So unless you get some really, really annoying people nearby who will, say, talk during the songs and all of that, or bump into you regularly, you don't necessarily feel in a crowd. The only moment where I feel in a crowd when I go to concerts is when the concert is over and everybody's trying to leave. That's the worst part. Ah, du rock voisine, no. No thanks. I'm good. No need to sing some rock voisine. That's fine. It's all good. Yuck. Je m'excuse de vous l'avoir expatrié pendant un bout. Wesh. Les trois accords. No thanks. I mean, I don't think there's any French music I really like, or even if it's French Canadian. Like, most of it sounds pretty bad, and they try so hard to be like the next Jacques Brel, and they all suck so terribly. It's really bad, and I'm like, ugh. It's always dumbass lyrics, and I'm like, no, don't. In case you couldn't tell, I'm really improvising in terms of the rainbow aspect of this. I've never been in a band. I'm awful at playing music. I enjoy listening to it, but that's it. Arc. Oh, on s'excuse pour Céline Dion. Wesh. Wesh, wesh, wesh. Dude. Blech. I mean, I think it's pretty awesome the way she was successful as someone from this stupid region of the world, but that doesn't mean that I like her music. I think it's pretty bad. Nirvana, that's a good one. The only thing that bothers me about Nirvana is how you have so many kids these days who wear Nirvana shirts, and I'm like, dude, you weren't even born when they were a thing. Get out! Go back to your mama! That's my old curmudgeon cranky person. I don't think I'll ever get out of the Nirvana phase. Well said. Come on, let the kids. I know. I will never say it to them, but I always make a grumpy face when I see some 20-year-old with a Nirvana shirt. I'm like, because I cannot help but ask myself if they've ever listened to it. I'm like, like if they've listened to Nirvana and they really like it and they can name me at least one other member of the band, I'm like, okay, cool, like that's fine. You've done your homework. I'm proud of you. But sometimes you see them and you're like, are you just wearing that shirt because it was on like at Forever 21 and it was new and fashiony, or do you know it's a band? Like that's just weird. Stop gatekeeping the kitties. Never. I'm just, you know. Oh, Toto, yeah. Though, dude, Africa did not age well. That song is kind of really weird now. No, I don't openly grump on them, but I would be really curious to know if they've listened to it. If they have, then I would be really happy to nerd about the music with them, even if they're like much younger than me. But yeah, if the kids have listened to Nirvana, I think that's really awesome. I just find it weird. Like, I wouldn't wear a shirt that says Iron Maiden. I've never listened to Iron Maiden. Five Finger Death Punch? What's that? Oh, wow, Mallory. It's just like, I think it comes from a space of wanting to be able to talk about these bands with anyone. And you see someone wearing a t-shirt and you're like a Nirvana t-shirt or anything, and you're like, awesome, we can talk about the band. But it's just weird. It's like I feel the same when I see someone my age who's wearing like a Led Zeppelin shirt. I mean, chances are that they listen to Led Zeppelin, but yeah. I think Heart-Shaped Box, I think Manson sang a version of that. I don't know if Nirvana sang one. Kashmir, but the London Philharmonic. Ooh. Gorillas, yeah. Hey, Tsukabu. Welcome back. Oh yeah, Marilyn Manson is the king of cover songs. Dude, you cannot find someone who is any better than Manson at covering songs. Impossible. Oh no, I think Manson's song is Heart-Shaped Glasses. Dude, I would love to see Manson live. Chances of being trampled are pretty high, but still. I5. We definitely, like, if we are ever in the same place at the same time and there's a Manson show, we so have to go. Like, there wouldn't be any more clear sign in the heavens that we have to go. Oh, that we're meant to be there at the same time. It's like, that's a given. Everybody gives it, well, everybody, a lot of people give Manson flack because he kind of looks scary, but he's a weird guy and he did weird things, but it's definitely not a scary person. I'll goth back up and everything. I'm the least gothy person ever. I was considering, like, if I ever go to a Manson show, do I try to goth it up, or do I go the other way and, like, really end up being jarring with the the general mood of the place? But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to go. And if it's the two of us, I mean, we stand a better chance at dodging trampling. Dude. parler de Marilyn Manson en peignant un chat licorne arc-en-ciel. Yep! That works. This is a misconception. A real mosh pit will not trample a lady. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want them to pick me up and you know, carry me around. Because sometimes they go like, hey, this person is short. It's gonna be lighter than someone who is tall. And they prop you up and you're like, no, put me down. I would be so weird if I gothed it up because I'm really, really... I don't have any super striking features and I'm really pale. Rock is a non-contact sport. Oh, that's so cool. Otto says, a real mosh pit is one of the most female respecting places I've ever been in. That's really not what one would think necessarily, but I'm glad. Dude, that's interesting. Yeah, pale is a requirement for going goth, but I would have to apply so much black makeup and black stuff because, like, if I had features that are visible, that might work. But otherwise, like, I don't have any visible eyelashes or eyebrows or... and I have red hair and, yeah. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be hilarious to do it just for once. It's pretty easy on the wardrobe. Just use your charcoal for makeup. Well, I could use my Mars Black pigment. Guys, don't use pigment in your face for makeup. That's not a good idea. Hey, have a great nap, Maureen. Mosh pits are chivalrous. More so than the few bars I've ever been in, which were basically mostly about weird guys trying to pick up girls. Like, I guess that in a mosh pit everyone is there to enjoy the music, so I think that's pretty good. time for me to order pizza, listen to Black Eyed Peas, and get back to work. Well, have fun, Victor. Enjoy your pizza. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad you like the weird unicorn, the weird caticorn. That was quick, Otto. That yellow is so banana yellow. It is. I don't know if Jazz likes her bananas ripe or green, but I'm really having fun painting this super yellow banana. Banana! Reminds me of the banana candies. Banana? I'm not quite sure I'm saying that right. It's one of those brain fart moments. Ripe. Hey, Squiddy! Yeah, it is Jazz's dreamscape. Pretty much. So she likes them ripe. That's how to... Oh, that was yellow. Hello! Qu'est-ce que tu fais? T'es bien belle! T'es bien belle! Hello! Salut! Oh, stretch! Oh, il grande. Grande fille, petit. Ouais. What yellow that is? Hold on. Well, I mixed 3 yellows to create this part of the painting. Hold on. Where's my Schminkeshmart? Schminkeshmart? Schminkechart. It is a mix of lemon yellow, cat yellow light, and yellow ochre. All the yellows. And that's a Escoda Ultimo brush. Hold on, guys. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Mais non, mais va-t'en un peu. Oh, one. Meow. Meow. Tiens, viens ici. Tu partages avec des amis? Tu partages la place avec des amis? Meow. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, grosse pupite? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Oh, oh, tu vas tomber en bas. Tu vas tomber en bas. Et voilà. Yes. 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 Oh. Oh, t'es mignonne, t'es mignonne. Grosse mimite. Oui. Oh, oui, c'est pas facile. Minette. Which yellow were these? Yes, that's pretty much that. Oh my gosh, Otto, your shirt. Otto says, I'm currently wearing a t-shirt that says Introverts Unite separately in your own rooms. I think Scott doesn't want to share. Yeah. Here, let's give you some space, baby. Hmm? Give me it. Yeah, I think she was enjoying the attention. It's not easy being a scout. You want some hugs, but not too many, but you're not quite sure, and then you get overwhelmed, and then you bite, and then the hugs stop, and then you're like, but I wanted to keep the hugs going, but you stop, and I'm like, well, you bit me, you dumbass, and she's like, oh no, well, I didn't know what else to do, I'm just a cat. Hey, how's the knitting going, Dan? Yeah, she will get overwhelmed really fast if I bother her like around here. If I bother her there, she's gonna get super overwhelmed, but this is usually fine. It's also really fun to bother her because she's a super annoying cat at times. I will definitely keep on bothering my cats if I can. Oh, cool. Dan, that's pretty cool. I got so many palettes. Which brand and color choices would you recommend for a limited cyan, yellow, magenta only palette to learn color mixing? What do you have that's easily available to you? I think you said you are in Germany? A Arabe? Oh no, Heather, poor little Mayo, she's so tiny. Well, if you are in Germany, definitely go for Schminke. They have, hold on. Their magenta, which is PV42. The, well, lemon yellow is a good one, which is PY3, and anything they have that is phthalo blue green shade. Here I have the cerulean blue tone, which is supposed to have white in it, but yeah, whatever. It doesn't really show, but that would work. But I don't know if they have a more Oh, go for professional. I mean, sure, the Academy set is good, but I think you're better off learning with professional paints, especially if you only get 3. If you get cyan, magenta, yellow, trad to learn color mixing, go straight to professional paints. Because you're gonna get used to the pigment load, to how these colors mix. If your whole point is to learn to mix and handle the color, you're better off going for something that you will use either way. Yeah, if you can afford it, professional, definitely. I know that the Academy set is good, I just don't know if they have these kind of equivalent pigments. But the thing is that with watercolor, it will last you a long while. Schmincke's phthalo blue green shade is called Heliocerulean. Good, good. Get that. That's the one to get. And yeah, I don't know if they have another yellow that would work, but from what I'm seeing here, this one would work fine. It's PY3. Seems to be kind of a cool, neutral yellow. Yeah, since you have access to Schmincke, definitely look if there's something in there that works for you. I don't think the brand is as important as long as it's either a good enough quality, like professional if possible, and then if it's easy for you to find and affordable for you. If someone is like in the US and has more a better access to something like Daniel Smith, well, then I would say get these colors in Daniel Smith. If someone has access to some other brand, whatever it is, just anything that is easy for you to get. Aurelian, is that Aurelian Hue, Susan? I'm only bummed that basic set, they don't really have a good magenta in them. That's the only thing I'm really bothered with. You guys know why, you guys know me. But I'm like, dude, you cannot mix magenta, never! Should I get a second U set? Well, you can get a split primary set. You have the cyan, magenta, and yellow. Well, you can get a yellow-orange, a red, and a warm blue, like ultramarine. With these 6 colors, you can pretty much mix everything. The only thing that I'm not super excited about in terms of Schmincke paints is that they don't have a PBR7 burnt sienna, I think. Yeah, like I'm really annoyed that I don't have PBR7 in this set. I need to check their chart to see what they have in terms of PBR7. It doesn't have to be burnt sienna, it could be Van Dyke Brown, it could be burnt umber. But I really like PBR7 in general as a pigment, and it tends to mix into really awesome neutrals with ultramarine blue. And Schmincke has a great ultramarine blue, the finest one. Ultramarine finest is really nice because it re-wets really well. They need to get Azo Green and a PBR7 burnt sienna. Heather, who is that typing? I have their transparent brown from Schmincke, but it's not strong enough for me. Yeah, ultramarine finest is really, really nice. But then again, they don't have a good brown to go with it, as far as I know. Perhaps I need to research that a bit more. Check the charts and... And I don't understand why, because PBR7 is super inexpensive as a pigment. Like, they don't have any excuse. Give me my stupid PBR7 color, darn it. Bruiser. Havoc was the typist. Hi, Havoc. Shmike add yellow to the raw umber. Is it yellow ochre or is it a weird other yellow? Like, they do some really weird stuff. Like, if I look at the burnt sienna, they add white in it. They start with the red pigment and add, not white, sorry, they add black in it. Like, it's PR101, like English, like Venetian red just there. But they add black in it. I'm like, why? Give me PBR7 stat now. I want it. Oh, so they had yellow ochre to raw sienna. I can understand why in a way, because they're very similar colors. But then again, if they are very similar colors, you don't really need to add one to the other. You can just... Usually, raw sienna is PBR7. I say usually. And it tends to be more transparent than yellow ochre, which is a yellow pigment. Aww. Yeah, and that's the trap. Like, you feel like the earth tones are pretty standard colors because the pigments are inexpensive usually. Even if you don't really care about pigment prices, the least expensive paints in most ranges are black, white, and earth tones. So you would think... You would think the really basic stuff like raw umber and all of that would be, you know, just a no-brainer. You get it and that's it. But it's weird. I don't think I have raw sienna on this set. No. Then again, they have other color that are really, really nice. Like the cobalt green deep and the deep red. Ultramarine finest is also lovely. So it's just weird. Makes you... Maybe we should all write to them and only include in the email, just say, why? And that's it. They would get just a bunch of emails saying, why? And they would be like, why what? What is this? What is this weird... Why are we getting these emails? No, why? Ah! And it would be whyception. Like, we send them why, and they are wondering why we send them why, and... There, we broke them. Raw umber is usually kind of a greenish brown. Oh yeah, the cobalt deep. Good grief, that's a nice color. And it has, I don't know, this set has manganese violet, And I'm like, why did you give me manganese violet instead of like dioxazine? Because I can really easily get something like this hue from mixing this and the magenta here. Or maybe this one. But this color is really weak on its own and it's kind of a bit useless. And it's not that granulating either. I don't know. Maybe I need to find a way to mix it into a neutral and see what happens. European brand for earth tones. That's a good question, actually. No, I agree about the violet, Stevie. It's so weird. Trying to think about earth tones while painting. That's not necessarily the best combo. What about Old Holland, Dan? What are their earth tones like? Oh no, Heather. This is really funny. Aww. Havok is trying to communicate. Men bun. The vest will be tartan, I just don't know which colors. Otto, which colors? I had to do the gingerbot. Gingerbot was mandatory. And I think I'm gonna see about using some sparkly paints for the word I can't find, the thing on the cat's forehead. Horn, thank you. That was a good, solid brain fart moment. Like, what is this word? I couldn't even think of it in French. Stuart Tartan. Let's check it out. Alright, I'll just pseudo wing it. I think red is a good idea. I think it would... And I could add some purple in there as well. I will be making it red and purple, I think. Yeah, right now it kind of looks lumberjack-esque, though buffalo plaid has red and black. And there is no black yet. You cannot kid a Canadian about buffalo plaid, dude. realize now, Lena, that there's a banana and broccoli in the painting. It's a lot of fun, Arabe, to work with a limited palette. And it can be intimidating at first, but it's seriously a lot of fun. And I know I don't want to plug my own work too much, but I did a quick series of a couple of videos about painting for beginners, and I work with the cyan, magenta, and yellow triad in there. You don't need exactly the same paints to follow the videos, but I think the way that I explain how to mix colors and how to neutralize colors is possibly helpful, maybe, if you want to start somewhere. Otto did some really good mixing videos too. So if you are a bit lost as to where to start, those are great places, I think. And if anything, it can give you a better understanding of what you want to know that is not present in the videos. What? Dude, Otto! Time to dust up the hammer. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Yeah, shoe scam. Boot the bot. Boop. Bye bye. Hammer time. Scout is having none of it. None of it. Okay, we need to take a moment to fully appreciate just how adorable this baby is. Why are you so cute, baby? Hold on. Yeah. Why are you so cute? You're so cute. Can I put this behind you? Do you mind? Do we see you better? What about this? Yeah, that's a bit better, right? Okay. Cute baby. Cute baby. Mom, stop. Stop it. Stop it. She has removed all of the fur around her eyes because of her allergies. You scratch your eyes too much, baby girl. No. Hold on. Did you hurt yourself again? Scritches. You got sent scritches, baby girl. I just wish she would stop ripping the hair from her face. Like, poor cat that has allergies. I mean, what are you supposed to do? I'm gonna paint these as if they were peanuts. Peanut rocks. Rock peanuts. Oh, post away. Otto, post the link. Post the link. Post the link. No problemo. So the only thing that I'm sort of thinking about is if I should do some kind of floor slash background color. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so too. It's quite colorful. I feel like if I add more to it, it's just gonna drown everything. And if this is a kind of dreamscape, the white backdrop is not like too impossible. I don't know if it shows, but I used some handmade hollow glitter for the horn, so it kind of looks a bit gray, but if you move it in the light, it will sparkle a bit. Though I could add a couple of drops, like I could add a bit of sparkle to the background too. Like just dots here and there. You can't go wrong with more sparkly things, right? Though I kind of added a lot of water into this. Hope it still pans out okay. The stream has been going on for 3 hours almost. That's a good one. Aw, you guys are way too kind. Although I'm really glad you're enjoying this because I'm having a blast, so. If we are all having fun, that means we're definitely onto something here. So how is that? That's not too, like, it's very subtle touches of sparklies here and there. And yeah, that's about it. It's nothing too fancy. Yeah, and Scout too. I need to get back to testing these more, but I'm really enjoying having fun with these holographic glitter paints that I made. Like, I need to test it out more and possibly make a couple into dot, you know, dots to end out with orders. Eventually. Yeah, that was an airplane. The skin on your nose is cracking. What do you do? Moisturize? That's usually what I end up doing when... And you can moisturize with really basic stuff. Like, if you have coconut oil, I would try that. Just plain coconut oil, just a bit. I think the sparkles are not really... they're kind of subtle. They look a bit like gray spots, unless you're in the proper angle. Like, I added a couple of sparkles here. I don't think I would add more. Or anyway, if it was a terrible idea, we will learn from this today and do better next time. So that's the silly drawing for today. I think it turned out really fun, and it was a lot of fun to paint in any case. That's a cute idea, Heather. Aw. Yeah, that's a good idea too. I think it's good time to finish, because my brain and my ability to talk is pretty gone by now. But you're right, Arabe, in regards to photography, that it's always best to try and keep distractions away from the background. My English is done. It's like, I've done my part for today. Collapse. I'm gonna speak French the rest of the day. Can you paint knitting kitties for winter? Of course. Hold on. Though it's not winter here yet, so I don't know if... knitting kitties, there was the hamster and the floof. I am not sure about the status of next week's live streams. I kind of have a scheduling conflict, so there might be the stream Sunday instead of Saturday. I know, blasphemy, it's not gonna be Caturday, but it's either a stream on Sunday or no stream at all. So I will post about this on my community tab on the channel if anything happens. And that's pretty much it. I want to thank everyone for being here today. It's been, again, a super duper fun stream as usual, and you guys have been awesome. Yeah, for next week, I'm not sure. We'll see. I want to say a special thank you to Heather and Otto for being awesome moderators. Caturday instead. That's a good one. So thank you guys for being there. Again, if you have a channel, like, let's take a moment just for a sub the love moment. If you, I always You know, I always like to mention Otto as having a pretty awesome channel, but if you have a channel and you create content in relation to cats and art and or paint, feel free to post a link in the chat. I will leave the chat on this video, so if people watch this once it's available for replay. Oh no, I'm sorry, Otto, I'm giving you work. Oh no. I forgot about that. I'm really sorry. I should have thought about that. Dude. Also, people can say like, I have a channel, like Lee just did, and you can go to their channel by hovering over their name in the chat, clicking on the 3 dots, and then clicking to go to channel. So that's another way to do it. Because yeah, like Dan is almost at 1k subs, and I think I mean, it's quite possible that everybody in chat already follows everybody in chat. But just in case, let's do a sub the love moment. Sub love, let's send the love to all the other awesome people in the chat. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Otto has posted the link. Oh no, collapse. A link to Lee's channel, to Dan's channel, to Lana's channel. And yeah, these 3 are all awesome artists. They paint beautiful things. They make really good videos. I am fatigue drunk. I've always said that I don't really need like a boost or help to be silly. I can be silly on my own. So more links, a box of paint and Stevie. I will have to go and check it out and follow more people, I think. This keeps growing. I mean, the community keeps evolving, so I think it's relevant to do sub the love sessions every once in a while. Yeah, she scratched her head again. Silly cat. Stop doing that. She had a huge gash in her hair not long ago. Like, she scratched her hair too hard and made it was a really big scratch. It was at least a centimeter long. And it was all like trying to heal over, but she keeps scratching it. So I'm like, dude, kitty, stop doing that. And a link to Tsukabu's channel. Also, while on the topic of networking and growing the community, there's a link to a Discord server in the description. Discord is basically a big chat platform where you can speak with other people, mostly other people from this community. So we talk a lot about paint, we talk about pets, we talk about all sorts of things. And it's just really fun to have this opportunity to talk during the week rather than just during the live streams. Thank you so much for all the links, Otto. Awesome moderator, Otto. Do 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 do. All right. Aw, poor Mayo. Did you find a way to work around their allergies, or is there basically nothing to do? Like, I have some sort of cream that the vet gave us, but it's... Have you tried to put cream on a cat that doesn't want to have anything to do with it? It's not easy. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on her. I wish I could give her, like, you know, allergy meds like we take. All right. Well, that's it. So thanks again, guys. Make sure to check the people in the chat because more paint content is always a good thing. And I hope you have a great week. We will see each other quite soon. And have a great weekend. Bye bye. Do you want to say bye, Scout? Tu veux dire bye bye aux gens? Non? Tu veux faire des gros dodo? Hello! Hello! Oh! Oh, cher bébé. Oh! Bébé. Oh, ouais. Bébé. Bébé. Ouais. Bye bye. Bye bye.